One quick point. If you remember, there was a lot of debris inside of that hole. Actually, quite a bit more than it looked like. This vacuum was clean when I started today. So just so you can see, that's what I pulled out of the duct. So this is the air that's moving through the house, is moving through the duct that had all this in it. Lots of construction debris. Actually, quite a bit of rodent droppings. Bits of fiberglass, a lot of dust. So this shows you two things. One, the filter wasn't a very high quality filter. Two, the return air duct was leaking. And then of course, it started dirty. A lot of that, I would say more than half of it, is debris that was in the duct when the furnace was installed from construction. So, two things are going to happen here. One, already happened, it's been cleaned. And two, we're going to do a duct cleaning on this house. When the furnace is out, it's the best time to do it. And because of this, we're going to go ahead and clean all the ducting. So I'll show this again from the inside. But here's our return air duct. I took off everything but the adjustable elbow. If you look inside, there's the house. And one thing you'll notice is you can see the drywall and the framing. This is common. It's no longer code to use a building cavity as a return air, but it was at the time this house was built. You did have to seal them somewhat so that it wouldn't leak to the rest of the building, which really wasn't done here. And you'll be able to see more of that on the inside, but you can see it here a bit. There's obviously not even drywall mud on the joints between the wood and the drywall. So I'm going to seal some of it from this side, the rest will get sealed from the inside. So, this is a little bit better look at inside of this. So I took the elbow off, I wanted to go a little further. This is again the return, going down to the furnace. Look at the openings you see here. Put a little light on it. So you're looking into the building cavity there. Right there. And there. Big holes all over the place. So it'll take a little while to seal this up. But because it's accessible, we can fix it. And that right there is just the alarm for the home security system. It's pretty common for them to end up in the return air. So, a lot of quality time with the mastic after cleaning it out, and that'll be nice and tight.
Here we have your return air grill. The return air pulls air from the conditioned space back to the furnace. Will showed you that earlier. This is the other side of inside your house. And what we have here is a sheetrock cavity used for ducting. As you can see, it has leaks, and leaks cost you money. So what we'll do is come in and seal all of this up. I'll show you. So here's your new return air grill. As you can see, we've taken the time to seal all the leaks inside the return air. This attention to detail is what sets us apart from other companies by taking the time. And again, yet another supply air register not sealed, allowing dirt to get into your home. And the loss of energy from your furnace. yet another detail that we pay attention to here at Hanson Heating and Air to make things right.
Okay, we're about ready to put the furnace in. Got a nice piece of metal there to dress up the platform, and she was having rodent problems. They were getting in between the plywood of the platform and the duct for upstairs. So the metal will stop that. There's your non-combustible base. And the plenum inside with the fiberglass sealed with mastic and the duct. We go through quite a bit of the mastic. Here's 1.5 gallons used there. Travis used about 1 gallon inside. It's a fairly inexpensive product, but it does an excellent job at sealing the duct, which is extremely important. A high efficiency furnace really isn't that very efficient if there's leaks in the duct system. So next we're going to put the furnace up. Alright, so the installation is complete. Everything's insulated, new flue pipes connected. Just a few details I wanted to point out. If you remember, we have the non-combustible base. You can see how that lifts the furnace off from the base like that. The old one did not have that. Also there on the gas line, you can see a T with a line coming off the bottom with a cap. That's referred to as a drip leg. Both of those things are code, but regularly get missed. And frankly, inspectors will look at a job and miss this kind of thing because they're details. Inspectors have a lot to look at in a day and a lot of different system types usually. But my point here is all the details is what we cover. And there's reasons for both of those things. That drip leg is somewhere for debris that comes through the gas line to go other than into the machine. So it gives it just somewhere for things to drop into. That's why it's called the drip leg. The non-combustible base is there to protect the wood framing that makes up the base for the furnace. It just separates the heat exchanger from that platform with something that will not combust. It's just a piece of steel. One other thing I wanted to point out, we had the ducting open in there, and if you remember I vacuumed it out and a lot of rat droppings came out. Now we did do a duct cleaning because of that. But if rat droppings are inside the duct, that means rodents are in the duct. So what we did when we were complete is opened up this panel over here, went underneath the house and inspected the ducting. Now normally we'll do a cursory duct inspection just to make sure it's a good quality duct and still intact. But when we see something like this, we're going to get in there and put eyes on every section of duct. And what we found was 2 sections of duct with holes in them from rodents. So today we're just going to go in and put in new sections of duct. Not a very expensive cost, but it'll keep them from coming back in. Also get rid of sections of duct that have a lot more traffic from the rodents in it. And of course the air leakage. So that's it. We're done with this job. And the real point I want to stress with all of this is details is part of what we do. We try not to leave anything hanging and make sure you not only have a working furnace, but a complete system.